Hey guys, Casey here from the International Legal League. You may have seen me introduce myself in the previous video with my nervous voice, sweaty hands, and messy hair. Hopefully, I look a little nicer in this one. So let's do this again. My role within the organization as a whole is that of a content writer. I am also a part of our podcast, Legally Unzipped, which will be linked down in the description, and now our YouTube channel. On that note, welcome to our second official video, Why Law, which we decided should be our second video on this channel so that you get to know us more as an audience and so that we ourselves could break some ice. After some long discussions on time zones, I finally managed to get some of our channel staff on one call, which miraculously worked for all of us. First, we have Shivani.
Hi, everyone. So this is Shivani, and I'm the founder of International Legal League.
And then we have Wafia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wafia. I'm a second-year law student, actually third-year law student in Middlesex University, Dubai.
And then we have Shobayo.
Hi everyone, my name is Shobayo Babatunde. I'm from Nigeria. I'm also currently a final year law student at the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Nigeria.
And lastly, we have Fatima.
Hey everybody, my name's Fatima. I go to Middlesex University, Dubai. I'm a third year law student as well.
Thank you. Yes, and I'm glad to be your host. So now that we are done with all the introductions, let's delve into the law lives of my colleagues. Before we do that though, just feel free to comment down below why you are interested in law. So first question to my colleagues, what exactly made you think, yes, this is it. I want to take law. First, we'll have Wafia go with that question.
For me personally, it was not a sudden realization that I want to do law. There were like quite a few things that factored in my decision for taking up law as a career. And since when I was a kid, my choice of profession always depended upon helping people. So any profession that would involve helping people, I would naturally want to do it. And law was an option that I considered. And at that point of time, I would keep hearing all this injustice that's happening around the world. And you have that sudden urge of doing something, maybe contribute something to stop the injustice that's happening. And that's why that really played a major role in choosing law as a profession. And I think one of the other main reason why I chose law is because of my grandfather. He was very keen on having a lawyer in the family. And when I found this out, my attention was drawn towards becoming one. And so I would like to give a special shout out to him. And he was the only one who supported me to choose law as a career. And he convinced my parents that this will be a good career choice for me. And I will be forever grateful to him. And I'm so glad, alhamdulillah, that I chose this career, because when I think of it now, I don't think so I can see myself in any other career pathway, to be honest. So yeah, that's all the reasons why I chose law.
Well, it's great that, your family is supportive of it, because, a supportive family in anything is really motivating.
Exactly.
And anyone else who's had a different experience?
Personally, for me, what Wafia said is very admirable, helping people and stuff. But my, decision to take up law was very different. I personally have been really good. In high school, I was really good at history. I was good at English. I just chose law because, it was related to the subjects that I was really good at. And it's very practical, I think, But as I've gone through my law degree now, I'm in my third year, as you know, I've become very passionate about the areas, different areas of law. There's so much to it, and, I'm very interested in the area now.
Actually, to be honest, it was the same for me. Initially, I took law because, I was in love with history class and English class. And of course, growing up, I think in high school, I was like, I want to become a police detective. Until I realized that being a police detective is very, very hard. I don't exercise, And so I was like, lawyer's next option. Yes, I'm taking this. Okay, and then let's go on to the next question. So the next question literally has 3 sub-questions. First, what were your thoughts before you took the course? How did you think it would be? And have your thoughts changed while you have taken the course? Shivani, do you want to answer this?
Yes, I'd love to actually answer this part, mainly because law was something very different from what I'd imagined it to be. So consider me, I came from the background of science. Like I was just into science all the while, physics, chemistry, biology, and all of that. So it was like a sudden decision, like of what Wafia said. But for me, it was just one sudden day that, oh, I don't like science anymore. I need to shift it to law, and that's something that garnered my interest. So before, like every law student, before they enter the law school, they watch so many movies and series and all of that. So I was very inspired by watching Suits and Legally Blonde. And when I entered into law school, it was nothing like Suits and Legally Blonde. So I was disappointed. Initially, it was like very disappointing for me. But later on, I realized that the life's much more than just Suits and Legally Blonde. So it's even much more than How to Get Away with Murder. So I just went on, and I understood the subjects more, and then in law school, I discovered so many different things. My outlook on so many of the things had drastically changed because we have this thing tendency of media trials that we usually do for every single thing, like one controversy, and there's so many people changing, having so many opinions, and we could easily get swayed. Law school completely changed that, and now I just delve into facts and just see, okay, fact checking, is this true, is this true? So that's something uh, that has drastically changed in me, and there's a lot of things that um there's many incidents. This is just one of them that actually helped me change my perception.
Anyone else have any different experiences or anything? Shabayo?
For me, actually, I usually knew it wasn't actually a kid's play getting into law, because I knew law was a bit kind of technical, because I got practical advices, let's say from my uncle. Even the school I finished at high school, there was this form of advice that was actually passed on to every student looking to take up any career. And we had some form of, would I say, role model. So they were able to share some insights into taking up any career perspective. And since I was like, yeah, it's law for me, I was very dramatic about the whole thing, but they were like, oh, sit. It isn't just about that. It isn't just about the fun part. It isn't just about you conversing argument. And I also always had this in mind that it was just about, okay, going to court, this conventional process of, okay, yes, let's go to court, argue for your clients and all of that. But getting into law and starting my degree, I also got to find out that law isn't just fixated at one particular angle. There are also and actually beautiful practice areas to law. So finding out these beautiful practice areas, I actually fell in love with them. And I'm proud to say, yes, law is actually what I see myself doing in the long run.
No, yeah. Actually, to be honest, initially I was just like, whoa, law, I can argue with people. It's not it's not
Yeah,
always like,
exactly.
to be honest, I didn't even know that there was a barrister or solicitor thing until I actually went to law
Same. Yeah, I was just like lawyer. That's it. Like everybody is a lawyer. Like
Yeah,
exactly.
and
That was
then
the word.
and then when they're teaching you in class and then you suddenly feel dumb for not knowing it. You're like, this is general knowledge. So embarrassing. I guess it's kind of like when you do what you love, no matter how hard it may seem or how silly it may seem to
Exactly.
others what you're doing. Because I know that when I told my classmates in high school, hey, I think I want to take law, man. They're like, you law? I guess I wasn't really seen as the law type, you know? But then again, looks are not everything,
Yeah. No, I get it. Because like everybody goes through that phase where nobody believes that they would do law. Like everybody has the stereotype that law is something like only like I don't know, like I don't know what they're thinking.
This
But
serious, stressed
yeah,
person.
exactly. We don't smile, we don't laugh. We just
Yeah.
like go and fight.
Go fight, maybe go to some fancy restaurant.
No social life beyond law school.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like we might go to like 5-star hotels to meet our clients. I don't know.
Yes.
That's like the biggest misconception, and like also that you do need
Exactly.
to like suits had heavily changed my opinion, but it's not like that. So I'm gonna probably sue them.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it can be like that, but it's not anytime soon. It's going to be like after 10, 15 years, possibly, but not anytime soon.
And actually, one of our plans for this YouTube channel is to actually create a video based on all these misconceptions and on different law
True. Yeah.
schemes and all that
Back with
stuff,
that.
right? So look forward to it, whoever's watching. And this is an open question, but obviously, law law school is not that boring. Obviously, we all have our share of funny experiences that we have faced. So have any of you faced any funny experiences, maybe even embarrassing moments if y'all want to share that y'all have faced in law school or working for an internship anywhere?
I mean, I think the funniest thing ever is when a teacher starts roasting your class. Like, it's always amazing. It's always great. Especially when it doesn't apply to you, like it applies to like other people. It's even funnier. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to name names or recount a specific situation because I love my teachers and professors and stuff. But yeah, that's always great.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Okay, there was this funny experience for me actually. I'm very sure we would all agree here that law students were actually, will I say, we are known to read for long hours. Like, we tend to read for long hours. So there was this time, actually, I had a test the following day. So I was actually reading, I read, and I was so tired. So I was to have the paper the following day in the afternoon. But after reading for a long hour, I was actually very tired. So I slept, only for me to wake up that same evening. And waking up, I was like, oh no, I missed my exam. I was so scared. I ran to the faculty, only for me to get to faculty. I was like, are they actually done with the exams? They were like, no, the exam is actually tomorrow. And I was all dressed and everything.
Oh my God.
I had a very similar experience. I had a very similar experience. So at university, I was a part of this club, right? We're called the Mooting Society, right? So I had this very important meeting because during one of the client interviews, I was there. I was one of the people who had conducted it, right? So there was a meeting on Monday, right? And on Monday, I woke up, I was like, yes, let's get this meeting rolling. I dressed up and I went to university. There were no classes that day. I didn't have to go. I still went though, because meeting important, right?
Yeah.
And this was before the whole pandemic happened. And I go there and I see that no one's in the room where our meeting was supposed to take place. So I'm wondering, am I in the right room? Because 15 minutes passed, no one came. So I messaged my senior and I asked her, hey, which room is the meeting supposed to take place in? And she said, Casey, the meeting was yesterday. You missed it. And I was like,
You actually missed it.
I missed the meeting. I missed the meeting. So I was not updated on anything.
I think even I have one funny experience. And I'm sure all of us have like at least experienced this once at least. And this was something that happened before I joined law school. So when I had gone back to my home country for summer, people would often ask me what I'm doing, what I'm planning to pursue, and stuff like that. And I would say law. And this one time, I was talking to a relative of mine, and I was telling her about doing law and everything about it. And this woman, she walks to me, and she says, like, let's say she's like a distant relative, and she comes up to me and she's like, we have a property dispute going on, so please help me with it, and I'll bring the papers. And she's so serious, and I'm just standing there trying to explain it to her that it's gonna take a good amount of time to actually for me to help her. And I felt so bad letting her down. Like, yeah, like that's the story. Like, it has always happened to me that people think that you know everything because you're a law student, you know everything. Like, that's what people think. And little do they know that it's a very long process to actually become a lawyer and be able to help
and they
them.
think that you're some type of genius.
Exactly.
Very long, too long. Really long.
Yeah.
Now we go down to the facts. As law students, it is a fact that we are very ambitious and competitive people, you see. all lawyers are ambitious and competitive. So, at the moment, where do you see yourself in the future, or what do you think that you will actually be doing in the future? Obviously, we have, I mean, probably some of us, like two, three of us, have no fixed plan. I know I have no fixed plan. But where do you actually see yourself in the future?
I mean, I think law is a very hard, like, it's hard to get into like become a lawyer, to get a training contract if you're working in the UK or whatever. So I think it's hard to have a very fixed plan. But for me personally, like, where do I see myself in the future? Hopefully as a qualified lawyer, doing my thing, um, having a great time, because personally I think, like, for me, I want my life to be more than just my work, and so my future is very much like about, what I'm doing outside of law. But in terms of law, like, I just want to do my thing. I'm very chill. Like, I want to get to, like, hopefully the top of where, whatever path I choose.
Very
But
ambitious
I'm
speaker.
very
What did I say?
yeah, but I want to, like, live my life as well.
Yeah.
True. I
anyone else?
think, to be very honest, I'm still figuring out the plan like everybody else, because one day I want to do the SQE and do my work experience in the UAE or maybe UK. And the next day I want to do my master's. Or sometimes, just out of the blue, I want to go back to India and maybe write the bar exam over there and become a lawyer in India. And if you want me to ambitiously speak, I think I do want to be my own boss, as in like have my own company or a business or get some kind of law firm, like my own thing. So I don't have to go report to someone every day. I'm like doing my own thing. Like I am giving people out jobs and, like, I'm taking care of my own self and my own family, right? So I think only time is going to tell what my plans are actually going to be and how it's going to, work out.
What about you, Shabayo? Where do you see yourself?
Well, I would also agree. I'm still actually strategizing as regards where I actually see myself in the future, but let me consider my interest actually. Okay, first of all, I actually see myself qualifying as a barrister and solicitor here in my home country. I'm also very interested in qualifying in the UK. Yes, so I'm actually thinking of taking a master's when I'm done. And if possible, if everything works out fine, I could also think of applying for a TC where it works and where it doesn't work. Fine. So that's it for now. That's it for now for me.
That's it. That's a lot.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
He said everything on the list. Like there was a list and he ticked everything. He's like this.
That's what ambitious people do.
And what about you, Shivani? You ambitious?
So I am very ambitious with regards to my field. So yes, um, I see myself in the span of, I actually have like short term, long term, in those kind of goals, like small goals and long term goals and all that. But like most important of them would be to qualify, at least be dual qualified. That is like my short term goal, and it doesn't matter which country as of now because there are so many options. But I'd love to be dual qualified lawyer in my home country and maybe some other country. And then yeah, as I second Wafia's thoughts of being my own boss and starting my own law firm. But that's like a really long term plan. Once once I toil really hard for like 9 to 5 under somebody, and then I get enough money to start all that. But that's like a
long way to go.
Shivani, let's collaborate and do this thing together.
Yeah, you can like be co-partners,
co-founders and
partners.
CEOs
partners. Man, something's wrong with my English today. Out of all days.
It happens to the best of us. So yeah, I mean that's like one of my goals. So yeah, I'm still figuring out. And in terms of subject wise, let's say I'm very inclined towards family law and criminal law. So possibly something into that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just
makes sense.
For me, I'm just more like, I just want to do after I finish my undergrad, I just want to do my master's. And then I'll see where I go from there. That's it. You know what? I wanted to put an added question out there, which was a little more fun. If you were not doing law, what would you be? Honestly, like, what would you be if you were not doing law? What would you take?
Probably history. Like,
Uh-huh.
because the reason I took law was because it's like very practical, I think. You know, a practical alternative to history. But if I wasn't doing law, I would do history.
And then Shivani?
Yeah, so if I wasn't doing law, I would have probably taken up the medical field because that's what I was preparing for my entire life.
Same,
and
same. Oh my God,
You know,
same.
whenever I hear
Like
this,
all my
people
life,
want
when people,
to-
ask you like, yeah, like when people ask you, just be like, oh, what are you gonna become, beta? And you're just like, doctor, doctor, doctor.
Yes.
It's like a huge concept, but like I don't know what to say. It's like a huge thing over here, and like either doctor or engineer. My maths was like really weak, so engineering was just out of choice.
Same.
And then I soon realized that physics was related to math, so I couldn't do it anyway. And so it was like yeah, I would do it if I was good in that, and if I had the interest. But it was somewhere along the lines of after the in the middle of high school, I just realized once I'd chosen all of my subject and once a considerable amount of time had passed, that's when I realized no, I don't want to do this. I want to take up law. And so I gave the entrance exam for both medical and law. But ultimately, I mean I cleared both of them, and the best part was that everybody was so happy. And then suddenly I'm just like, I want to take up law. And then everyone was like, what?
You can just
What?
come to the conclusion, like right now,
Wow.
that Shivani is a genius.
I'm
She
not
is
a
like
genius.
big
It's just that I
brain,
no,
Shivani.
it's not
agree,
that. It's just that I cleared it. I couldn't have done it. I could have never done it. So it was not my thing. And once I got into law is when I realized that yes, this is it. This is the right thing.
What do you think you would become if not a lawyer, Shabaya?
Wow. At first as well, I also took up science when I started high school, because then my parent actually cajoled me to take up medicine. I was really cajoled. They were like, you need to take up medicine. You need to, that kind of a thing. And my proprietor then in school had to speak up. She was like, no, this boy is way too dramatic to take up medicine. They had to just talk to my they had to talk to my parents. They were like, no, because I was actually very active in literary and debating societies, the drama club, the music club, and all of that. Actually, I thought of taking theater and performing arts while I was actually growing up. I was very passionate about theater, anything entertainment, comedy. I was really into it, like with all of my strength and all of that. But my parents were like, no, please take on medicine. I was like, okay, let me try. So I started with science, but my school was like, no, you wouldn't do this. Let's change the whole path before I then. So I see myself, if not taking law, it would have actually been theater art for me.
I think, yeah, I said before, I think medicine, but again, I had lost hope in 11th and 12th. I was like, this is not me, it's just not me. But like when I was researching about like pathways, like what I can do and stuff, one was law, and the other option was actually there were two options. One was business, like something like business, MBA, something like that. And the third option was interior designing. So it's like I'm very good with designing art and like models and all of that. So I was like, maybe that, I think I would have done that.
For me, honestly, I don't really know, but probably I would have probably taken I would have probably taken journalism, most probably, because I remember in high school I was literally torn between law and journalism because I knew I couldn't become a police detective anyways. So I remember when I had applied for university, initially I had put my course as journalism, and then I pretty much changed last minute to law because I was like, I think I want to take law. I think I have to take law. I want to take law.
Apart from that, I think the best thing is that if we have support in our family, and regardless of whatever field we decide to choose or whatever field we had chosen, we couldn't have possibly been here without any sort of support. So yeah.
This was fun. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all again for sharing all your experiences, and I'm sure this will motivate other aspiring law students to actually take law. Actually take
Yes,
law. I
guys,
swear
please
it's
take
not
up
boring.
law.
It's seriously not boring.
Yeah, like just do it.
Very interesting, right? So thank you to everyone who is watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope that you come back for more videos because we'll be posting more. And yeah,
Yes.
thanks again.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank you for
tuned.
having us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.